Hi students, welcome to your math lesson of the day. We are done with chapter 6 in Big Ideas, and now we are officially on the beginning of chapter 7 in Big Ideas Math. Woohoo! But before we get started on 7.1, let's do a warm-up exercise by counting by tens. So if I was to give a random number, for example, 55, and we were to go count up by the number 10, what would be the next number? Well, if you look in the ones place, if we're counting by tens, if we add by 0, that the number in the ones place, 5 for this example, will still be the same, 5. And then if we add 1 to 5, we would get the number 65. Let me erase that 10. So by counting by tens, whatever number's in the ones place, it's going to be the same, while the number in the tens place, you're just adding it by 1. So now we have 65, 75, 85, and what's the next one? It's going to be a 5 in the ones place, and then we add 8 plus 1, we would get 95. And it's just the same thing for any number. So if we were to start on the number 64, the number would still be the same in the ones place. And if we add 6 plus 1, we would get 74. Okay, and if we add 10 again, we would get 84. And then what's the next one? 94. And then what's the next one? 9 plus 1 is 100, or 10, but we would get 104 because we have to keep the 4 in the ones place. And if we do, let's do this number, 73. So if we were counting up by tens, the 3 would be the number in the ones place will be the same. So it will be 3, and then we add 7 plus 1, we would get 8. And then if we do it again, we would get what number? 93. And then what's another one? 103. And another one? 113. So counting by tens is, people tend to overcomplicate it. They think too much about it, but the number's going to be the same in the ones place, no matter what the number is in the ones place, and you're just adding 1 to what number is in the tens place. Because you notice we added 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. The number in the tens place, you're just adding it by 1, but keeping the same number in the ones place. And then the same thing for 64, 74, 84, 94, 104. And then 73, 83, 93, 103, and 113. So let's review our ones place and tens place. So we have the number 83. And if we have the number 74, and we were going to do a greater than sign or less than or equal sign. So let's see which number is greater than. What I like to do is look in the tens place first. So the 8 and the 7 are in the tens place. And then the 3 and the 4 are the ones place. So we have our 3 and 4 in the ones place, and then we have our 8 and our 7 in the tens place. But what I like to do when I'm trying to compare the numbers to see which number is bigger than, I like to look at the number in the tens place first. So if we look in the tens place, we have 8 and 7. So what number is closer to 0 on the number line? Is it the 7 or the 8? If we count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 that's closer to 0, so that means 7 is going to be the least. And if we want to and which way will we put our sign towards the 83 or the 74? Will we put it this way or this way? And we would only use the equal sign if we were comparing the same number. But in this case, in this example, we are not. And what I like to do, I like to draw a mouth to eat the bigger piece. So we have our mouth. We want to eat the bigger piece. So I'm going to draw some teeth. We want to eat the bigger piece of cake. So we know 7 is closer to 0 on the number line. That means 83 is going to be the biggest number. So we would point our greater than sign towards the 83 because we want to eat the bigger piece of cake. So I'm going to draw some teeth. Remember, we want to eat the bigger number. Okay, nice work, guys. Okay, sorry, there was the intercom. But let's hop on over to Big Ideas 7.1. So we are going to be doing greater than and less than, but we're not really working for the symbols as much in the first section, but we are trying to see which model is bigger. So remember, these long rods, how many are in one rod? 10. And then each of these blocks represent 1. So if we look right here, we have 1 rod, so we know that's 10. And then we have 2, so we have 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 for this example over here. And then over here in this example, we still have 1 rod, so we have 10, and we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15. So if we look on our number line, which number is closer to 0? Which number is closer to 10? It's 12. So 12 is less than 15. Okay, let's check our work. And we did it correctly. Let's try another example to warm up our minds. Okay, so we have a different set of blocks. So we have 1 rod, and then we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we have 18 in this one. How many's in this one? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to count on your own and then shout it out wherever you are. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in this example, we have 1 rod, so that's 10. And then we have 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 14 now. Which one is bigger? Is it the 18 or the 14? 18 is bigger. So we're going to say 18 is greater than 14 if I can move it to the block. There we go. But 18 is greater than 14. And you notice there is more blocks in this section, but that doesn't necessarily mean that number's bigger. If we put another rod in this one, then this example would be greater because 24 would be greater than 18. So don't let the number of ones confuse you, because it does. Because in this example, like this one looks like it has more in it, and it does. But if there's 2 long rods, but there's like 1 set of ones, but if there's 1 of these, but then there's 9 of those, it looks like there's more on the side with more ones because there's multiple blocks. But don't let that fool you. But we did that correctly, and let's try number 3. Okay, so we have 1 rod here, and how many ones? 3. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13. Then how many over here? Shout it out. 10, and then 10 plus 1 is 11. So which number is less than? Which number is greater than? Which number is closer to 10? 11 is closer to 10 because we had 10 plus 1, we would get 11. So we know 13 is greater than 11. And let's check our work, and we did it right. And let's do one more example, then I'll let you guys practice on your own. Okay, so in this first model, how many do you guys see? I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to figure it out on your own. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have 17 in this one. Okay, now I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to figure out the second model. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we have 1 rod, which that is 10. And then let's figure out how many ones we have. So we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We have 19. Now, which number is greater than? Which number is less than? Is 17 greater than 19 or less than? Well, if we hold up our fingers, if we were comparing the numbers 7 and 9, 9 is closer to 10 fingers, while 7 is closer to 5 fingers. So 17 is less than 19. I mean, you just want to look at only in the ones place to compare. And let's check our work. And we did it correct. And how about we go over one more example problem back in my whiteboard notes, because I know like there's a lot of these examples. So if I was to give you a problem, 110 and 5 ones, what number would that be? How would you draw it? If I was trying to figure out what's that mystery number 110 and 5 ones, I like to visualize first before I figure out what number that is. So what I like to do is I like to draw it out. So I'm going to draw a long rod to represent 10, and then I need to draw 5 ones. So I need to draw 5 little blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we know that long rod is 10, and we have how many ones? We have 5. So if we count 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, we would have the number 15. Yeah, I meant to go over that with you beforehand, but better late than never. Like I said, if you have any more questions regarding Chapter 7 or anything with Chapter 6, it kind of is like a spin-off of Chapter 6, just more practice with greater than and less than with the models of like the tens and the ones place. But like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.